Amen. So before we move on to the next song, I just want to share a little something that God was showing me the last few weeks. I was reading in 2nd Chronicles, and go back and read the whole story at 2nd Chronicles 20 when you get a chance. You can get the whole story, but I'm just going to give you just a synopsis of what was happening. King Jehoshaphat got word that there were 3 armies coming against him, and those 3 armies were working together to destroy King Jehoshaphat and the people of God. And it says that he became startled. It says that in the message. He was startled, but he prayed. And that's the first thing that God kind of revealed to me. He automatically, just like any of us would, our human response, he became a little bit frightened by what was coming against him, but he knew what to do. He knew the answer, and that was to go to prayer. And so he did. And he actually called all the people to pray. And in verse 12, it says, we're helpless before this vandal horde ready to attack us. It says, we do not know what to do, but our eyes are on you. They didn't know how to fight the battle. They didn't know how to fight against a battle of 3 armies coming against the one. They knew that it was bigger than themselves in the flesh. Then in verse 13, and this caught my eye, and this is for my parents and for anyone who's teaching our children. It said that everyone in Judah who was there, the wives, the sons, and the little children were all present. And they were attentive. Parents, don't leave your children out of times of prayer, because their prayers are just as powerful as yours, if not more, because they actually believe. Don't leave them out of prayer. It's up to us to teach them what that looks like. It's up to us to teach them what it looks like to battle on their knees. So moving on, Jehaziel, who was a Levite, got a word from the Lord. And he says, this is God's war, not yours. You won't have to lift a hand in this battle. Just stand firm. Go boldly. He is with you. And when they heard that, King Jehoshaphat automatically fell to his knees and began to worship. And then all of the kingdom began to fall to their knees and worship God. And then the Levites stood to their feet and they began to praise. It said in the loudest voice that they could, they began to praise their God. Now notice, their worship and their praise did not come after the victory. It came before the victory, but it came just at the word of their God. I don't know what you're walking through. I don't know what war you're in. But we're not to save our praise for after the victory comes. We worship and we praise at the sound of the promise of our God. It said that later Jehoshaphat approached the people and he said, this is what we're to do. We're actually going to send out the men of worship before us. Listen to what it says. In verse 22, it says, as soon as they started praising, God set an ambush against the enemies and they all died. Every one of them were destroyed. It happened on the wings of their prayers and of the wings of their praise and worship. So this morning, once again, I don't know what war you're in, but give it to him because it's his, not yours. And you begin to worship at the sound of the voice of your God. And I'm here to tell you that he is fighting for you, and that's all you need to know this morning. You worship on that. And then on the wings of that will come your victory. And then there will be a celebration praise. But right now, we're doing a trust praise. This is what it said in my devotion book yesterday. It is not time to worry, but to worship. It is not time to give up, but to press forward. It is not time to doubt, but it is a time to trust. So God, this morning, the rest of this worship time, we're going to raise our hands and we're going to worship our King. Not because of the victory that we have, but because of the word that you have spoken to us and you have promised. And what you promise will happen. So this is not a time to worry. It's not a time to doubt. But this is a time to trust our God and to worship into our victory.
say